We're back with an amazing chapter. Bet your life on it. Before diving in, let's take a moment to appreciate this cover. The colors are beautiful, and honestly, Ikamoto has me switching up on Inojin. We start with the dramatic standoff between Sarada, Sumire, and Demon, which ends in absolutely nothing. Demon's just showing off, but it does seem like he knew something. Then Eida steps in and takes over the conversation. She's clearly been wondering about this for a long time, and she lays out the most logical conclusion for everyone. Ikamoto must have been reading fan tweets because Eida basically spells out the two most popular theories about why Sarada and Sumire escaped omnipotence. And it turns out, it wasn't because Boruto's an Otsutsuki. As Eida says, if that were the case, a lot more people would have been unaffected. Instead, she concludes that she must have subconsciously excluded them, outright confirming the leading fandom theory. Omnipotence makes Eida's subconscious desires come true, so that must have been the case here. In a flashback, we see Sarada asking Eida to be just friends back in chapter 76. But Sarada and Sumire already weren't affected by Eida's charm when she said that. Eida now suggests it's because her subconscious choice existed even before meeting them in person. Not gonna lie, I'm not really happy with this explanation. I was never fully on board with either theory, and I'm still skeptical. It just feels a bit too convenient. Unless there's more to it. If Eida could subconsciously exclude them before even meeting them, shouldn't she also be able to suppress her charm, her bigger wish? That would make way more sense to me. Anyway, even if I'm not sold on that, the rest of the conversation is fantastic. Eida says, "I really don't see either of you trying to harm me anymore. I don't think I'd even mind if you were the ones to kill me." That's a powerful line. It shows real character growth. Her charm has robbed her of all authentic relationships, not just romantic ones, but friendships too. With Sarada and Sumire, she finally has something real, something genuine. When Sarada said she wanted them to just be friends, she said it to gain her trust, to get a way to kill her, if need be, guided by Shikamaru. But now when she stood up, took Sumire's hand and hugged Eida, that was sincere. Easily the second best hug in Two Blue Vortex. The three share a genuinely sweet moment, with Demon awkwardly third-wheeling in the back. Then we immediately cut to Koji, Inojin, and Boruto, where Koji explains Mamushi's ability. He can divide himself almost infinitely, but it's not like regular clones that split chakra. Each division is a complete version of himself, just with lower intelligence. They act more on instinct. Shikamaru joins the call, and they start discussing a plan. Wait until Mamushi creates enough clones to the point they're too stupid to coordinate, then take them all out at once. Koji also warns them, they need to destroy both eyes or he'll keep dividing. Interesting detail. Could that be his Rinnegan ability? If so, it raises a ton of questions. Do all Shinju have unique Rinnegan powers? Do they share the standard Rinnegan abilities from Naruto? That could honestly be its own video. Anyway, Koji says they should wait until there are about 20 to 30 bodies before striking. Shikamaru makes a great remark. What if he leaves one behind at base? Koji assures him that's not an issue. The copies flock together instinctively, even more so the dumber they get. As for why they plan to fight in Konoha, it's because Jura might interfere otherwise. Jura's currently after Himawari and Boruto, but he's also taken a liking to Konoha, especially its bookstores and sweet shops, so he doesn't want to see it destroyed. So the plan is, take on Mamushi in Konoha 1 week from now. Now pause, because something's off. Eida is getting devoured, or something close to it, and there's no way this all goes smoothly. Koji is definitely hiding something, and that look on his face says it all. So let's theorycraft for a moment. We'll have 30 dumb Mamushis rampaging around Konoha, trying to devour Eida and fighting everyone. Demon, Inojin, Boruto, you name it. So Mamushi is cooked, he has no way of winning, which means he's not cooked, and everyone else is. His lower intelligence might actually help him by making him immune to demons reflecting his harmful intent, since he'd act on pure instinct, not intent. His strength and sheer numbers could easily overwhelm everyone long enough for a sneak attack on Eida, and I bet Koji knows this, or at least suspects it. I've been saying this for a while. As soon as targets were introduced, one of them had to get devoured. And honestly, it's probably going to be Eida. It's not going to be Gaara again. It won't be Sarada. Though, imagine if she was. And it definitely won't be Naruto. To prep for the fight, Koji gives Inojin a new jutsu to master within 2 days. It's a jutsu Inojin himself created in the future, a superior version of the mind transmission jutsu, meant to avenge Himawari. So yeah, Himawari apparently dies in one of the futures. It makes me wonder when exactly Koji saw that future. Before Jura's fight or after? Either way, I love that they're giving Inojin more relevance. I've always liked how they handled Ino's role in Boruto. Passing the torch to Inojin makes perfect sense, as long as he sticks to her mom's side and not his dad's artist on Twitter side. So yeah, while I initially hoped he'd die against Jura, I'm switching up. Next, we finally see the series' best character, Amado, reviewing combat footage with Kawaki. Amado, being the genius he is, explains that the tree Jura grew to regenerate is the same divine tree that all Shinju, including Jura himself, are made from. This likely connects to the roots we've seen in their dimension, meaning all the Shinju in the tree are essentially one single organism. Now pay attention to what Amado says, because it's important for what's coming later. Forget weaknesses. It almost makes you think he's impossible to kill. He's hyping up Jura, but Kawaki takes the bait, saying he can defeat him, he just needs more power. Exactly what Amado wanted. Kawaki's playing straight into his hands. By exaggerating Jura's strength, Amado lets Kawaki think it's his own idea to demand more power, giving Amado permission to modify him. Classic Amado manipulation. The GOAT stays undefeated. He also casually reveals that Kawaki's already a glass cannon. His power was boosted at the expense of defense, and pushing it further could destroy him. So yeah, Amado's gonna go through with it. But how? Tweaking his cybernetics? Using Shibai's DNA? Something else entirely?
Next time on Dragon Ball Z, Gohan's...
Next, we cut to the daimyo's agent interrogating Konohamaru about Boruto's escape. Konohamaru shows a little bit of that Naruto IQ, saying he's not sure if he can still see Boruto as a traitor. Probably not the smartest thing to say mid-interrogation, or maybe it was, because that's all Kobu needed to realize Konohamaru isn't the mole. From this short appearance, Kobu already seems sharp, a character with real potential. Meanwhile, Shikamaru links up with Konohamaru using Inojin's new jutsu and tells him everything. Konohamaru doesn't even need convincing. He always believed Boruto's a good person. And this ties beautifully into what I've been saying for a while. The core message of Boruto might be that your past doesn't define you. Boruto and Kawaki might have switched places, but through perseverance and staying true to himself, Boruto will be accepted again, one person at a time. Unfortunately, I think Konohamaru's going down next chapter. Kobu's onto Shikamaru, and Konohamaru might take the fall to protect him, sacrificing himself for the greater good. Then we jump back to the girls. Sumire leaves for the lab, and Boruto's there waiting. He shows her Sasuke's chipped sword, the Uchiha Flowing Blade Jutsu, Hagoromo, a technique that boosts sharpness and prevents chipping. Quite a name. Sasuke should rethink this one. It chipped during his fight with Jura when Boruto lost focus. Boruto gives her a scroll describing future tech she'll eventually develop. Tech that can repair it. I love how they use the omniscience ability to gradually empower the sidecast. Sumire agrees, and then she tells him not to call her class rep anymore, just Sumire. Just like she told Sarada, and what had half of the homeless enraged on Twitter. It's a subtle but great moment, showing her character development and the confidence she's gained since her earlier talk with Sarada. I'm really excited to see what she does with Sasuke's sword. And finally, on the last page, Mamushi stands on Konoha's Great Wall 1 week later. Ikamoto's not wasting any time, and I'm all for it. Overall, this was an incredible chapter, packed with subplots, information, and character growth. Easily one of the most balanced chapters we've had in Two Blue Vortex. I'll probably make separate videos diving deeper into specific points, but for now, that's it for this review. Last month I didn't get the chance to cover the chapter, and I'm still working on a video about Danzo and the current state of the Naruto franchise. That one should be out soon. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.